This is the Leatherman Skeletal, and this is our brand new version 2 thumb bar for the Leatherman Skeletal, as well as a lot of other tools so that you can add a thumb bar to your favorite Leatherman multi-tool, as well as the SOG Powerpint since you guys asked for it. I'm just going to start installing these. We'll talk through the process. And while we do that, we'll talk about some of the improvements we made with version 2 of these thumb bars. So first of all, every thumb bar is going to come with a little installation jig. You see that says Skelly there for Skeletal. And the installation is super simple, but worth talking through nonetheless. So first of all, these are a little bit tapered, so they should press in. You may be able to press them in with your thumb. When you do this, I do want to make sure that everyone remembers there is a sharp blade under here, so do use care, proceed at your own risk, and keep that blade closed when you use your fingers to press the thumb bar in place. I'm going to go ahead and get this gripped up in the vise for the second step of this procedure. So we've got our thumb bar finger tight, so to speak. We've got it pressed in place just a little bit. And then we're going to open that blade. I'm going to put this in the vise just so it stays steady. And we're going to use my favorite tool for this installation, these Knipex. What are they? The 86-100s, these nice little guys here. I like that they apply parallel pressure, so those fins stay parallel, but you can use any pair of pliers for this. Just make sure you protect your blade. We're going to slip that installation jig right on top, and we will set our pliers to the right size, and then we're just going to squeeze down, and it is as simple as that. The installation jig evens out the pressure along the sides of the piece, the thumb bar, and if you need a little bit more, you can just give it another quick press through that jig, and there we have it, a beautiful thumb bar on a Leatherman Skeletal. So that is that could be it for Mod Monday, but we're going to go through the whole line because why the heck not? You saw already we've got one for the Leatherman Wave here as well, and these are going to be available in both black and the gray that we use on a lot of our products. So you've got a couple of color options. If these are popular, we can do even more color options. And you saw the Skeletal comes with one thumb bar, but every other tool is going to come with the appropriate amount of thumb bars. So the Leatherman Wave will come with two, one for the plain edge blade, and the same will fit into the serrated edge blade, which isn't on this wave at the moment, but wanted to at least show that off in the black. Let's grab a Leatherman Surge here next and get them installed here. Again, you're going to get two of these thumb bars here. With these kind of tapered ones, I like to set in from the back and press forward. And you can see that already started to seat. And what's awesome about these is they're just press fit. You don't need any glue or anything to lock them in place. They should hold up pretty well over time. They're not going to pop out on you. And just like that, we've got another one installed. You can see here, each of our jigs is custom made to fit our thumb bars. So thumb bar just rests in there perfectly. Enough play that it's not going to get wedged in place as we press down. But we wanted to make this something you could do with a regular pair of pliers. In fact, let's try that out with a regular pair of pliers. So again, just pressing that in place, breaking my own rules, do as I say, not as I do, using that with the blade open. And we'll press our installation jig on top and simply press down with a pair of Knipex twin grips there. Those are some gnarly pliers, and there you have it. May recommend protecting your blade if you're going to use something with as hard and as sharp of teeth as that Knipex twin grip, but just like that, we've got thumb bars on our Leatherman Surge. Let's jump into some more. We've got our Sidekick and Wingman. Hopefully this is a much faster Mod Monday than last week's stream. If you guys are not watching, remember, you're not watching our streams, you're missing out. Last week we spent about 30 minutes using a Dremel to fix the mod that I had not planned out well. This is the Sidekick, easy as pie. Just press that in place. Bada bing, bada boom. These are multi-jet fusion, if I'm not mistaken, the technology to 3D print these. So it is a polymer, but it is just such a nice finish that we use it for a lot of our products. And again, you can do the same thing on the saw. So if you order the Sidekick Wingman version of these, you're going to get 2 thumb bars in case you want to use it on the saw. Of course, that's up to you. Some people don't prefer the saw side because it gets in the way of working with the saw. You can have things hit that, but there you go. There is our saw blade. You may have on some of these thinner tools, because we just make one for each tool, you may have a little protrusion on the back. You can always shave that down as you see fit, but it doesn't inhibit the tool's function in any way. Just want to make that mention that before anyone gets disappointed. And then our free P4, P2, and ARC series will fit all 3 of those tools. And you'll get 3 of them for each of the components. These ones are a little bit looser fit. Not that they're going to pop out, but you may not need the jig for installation. That is totally up to you. I just want to caution anyone against pressing down on these with pliers. I'll just show you what happens when you press down on them with pliers to dissuade you from doing so. If we were to grip down on this, it is a softer material, so you can mar the surface. They're going to hold up well to normal use. It's just that high pressure, they can sort of collapse slightly and they almost get a sheen to them. That is by intention. We're using a softer material because we did have issues with our last ones where users were reporting that they were breaking during installation. That was a much harder resin material, so we've gone with this nylon-based multi-jet fusion option here, and there is how that'll look on your saw blade. You could, of course, use it on the file, but I just damaged that one. Who cares? Oh, not the file, excuse me. The serrated edge knife blade. And again, let's be smart here. Let's do our finger pressing with the blade closed, and then we can open that blade carefully, place our jig in place, and squeeze down. Again, you can put a little masking tape on your blade to protect the backside if you prefer. We're just doing this quick for demonstration purposes. And I think that's all except the SOG Powerpint. This was a user request. We'd been trying to make it work for a really long time. I've even done videos on the thumb bars on here. I'll say right now, this is going to be the trickiest one, but that's okay. It is definitely doable. There's a lot of different tolerances on each of these tools, so they may be more snug on some than on others. That's okay. They should press in place and hold just fine over time. If you guys have any issues, make sure to reach out, Zach, Z-A-C-H, at multipartsstore.com so that we can take care of any issues that crop up. But there you go. We've got it on the serrated edge knife blade. On the other side, what do we got? The scissors. These ones are always tricky, but it will go with patience. Get that pressed in place. Just get it started so it's aligned properly. Don't want to go in and use the pliers when it's not properly aligned. So that's why we added a little taper to each of these so they can get centered and true to the surface of the tool. And then we can just squeeze down with our pliers, and that should be fully inserted. Let me show you why I love these on the SOG Powerpint. Oh, and this should clear the pocket clip. You're not going to have easy access if you keep that pocket clip on the scissors, just because we kept it at the same flush height of the pocket clip. To do any further would just have gotten ridiculous and the torque would have been off. So we did keep those a little lower profile, just a warning. But if we have the serrated blade out here, what I love about this on the SOG Powerpint is I can reverse flick the scissors open and that unlocks everything. It saves you from having to do the standard closing method of opening the tool, pressing on the back lock and closing it. So I can have let me close that. I can have my serrated blade out. I can flick the scissors open and just very quickly have the whole tool closed up. We'll finish the installation. If anyone in the chat has any questions, might be a good opportunity to share them so we can make sure we get all the info out for our users. But again, you'll get a different number with each tool, but it'll be enough to fill all of the relevant tool slots. So on the SOG Powerpint, you're going to get 4 of these. Most other tools will have 2 or 3. Something like the Skeletal will only have 1, just so that just because we don't need to provide the extra ones for those. Let's get this plain edge blade open, get this nice and pressed in place. It's normal if it takes a little bit of extra force. I have installed all of these, pulled them out, and now I'm reinstalling them for demonstration. I wanted to make sure everything worked before I filmed the video because I learned my lesson last week. There we go. Our plain edge blade is now got its own thumb bar, easy one-handed opening. Flick the file out and we can close everything. Love that on the SOG Powerpint. That is all of our the tools that were, oh no, there's one more. We do have one for the Signal, again, available in gray and black. I just don't have a Signal fully constructed to demo that on, so I do apologize there. That is all of the tools we're going to have. I'll grab my, I've got a Signal here, but it's got the wrong, it's got a wave blade in there. So if you want to see the full kind of lineup here, we've got the Wave and Surge, Sidekick and Wingman, Skeletal, Free P4, P2, and Arc, the Leatherman Signal, and the SOG Powerpint. And we didn't have a complete catastrophe like we did in last week's Mod Monday stream. Looks like the stream quality's been okay. We are working on stream quality. So if you're watching after the fact, these are recorded during a live stream, and sometimes it gets a little squirrely. But those are our parts. Again, available in black and gray. The color may vary slightly in the gray. If I pull out, here's our bit beads. You can see there's a couple of different, but it'll be in that color range. A couple different tones of gray, just based on how it cures. They're a little bit softer material like we saw on that P4, so that's why we provide the installation jigs. But these, I've been carrying these around and had them on multiple multi-tools for several months now while I finished all of the design work, and I've not had one pop out on me. Again, if you guys have any issues whatsoever, let me know so we can improve that design. This is our first version 2 that we've launched of our own design, and so it's exciting to finally have some of those issues you guys saw fixed. Appreciate all the feedback you guys provided in those previous iterations, and that's what we've got. Ignore this yellow one, that's something different. We're live streaming right now for our channel members, so we're going to jump into a members only Q&A if you guys have any questions. If you're watching after the fact, we got Mod Mondays coming out almost every week, so I do appreciate you guys joining us there as well. And let's get into the members only Q&A. I forgot to mention, guys, if you are interested in getting these, they're not quite available yet. They'll be available very, very soon. So head over to multipartstore.com/join. That'll let you sign up for a newsletter, and we're going to put out a blast once these become available on the website. We've got them all in stock. I've just got to do pictures and stuff, so it'll be like a week or 2. They'll be out very, very soon. So if you join our newsletter, you won't miss that. Or subscribe to the channel. We'll also post here when these become available for purchase. And now back to the stream. Hopefully I remember to put this in the video.